Hello everybody and welcome to another Honkai Star Rail livestream. How's everyone's wonderful Monday? Hello dear hero. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It will be coming better as you're going to watch my livestream. Okay, we've got our weekly Star Rail stream. I won't be streaming Star Rail for a while after this. So we do have to make the best use of our time and ideally finish this new event. The old brews and new friends. And I pretty much won't have to play until the end of the patch. First though, a quick divergence universe. I will go lower difficulty this time, because it's one of the boring runs. We just get an initial setup, so yeah, whatever. Skill damage focused, so we can go with like... Actually, but this is distraction. So maybe we go... I'll probably just Herta and nuke everything. I will go minimum difficulty. Just quickly nuke this and then go for the event. Because today we have a Genshin stream, a Star Rail stream, tomorrow is Endless stream, and then it will be just Genshin. As far as the eye can see. We do get nice blessings at the start. Oh, nice, we actually got a Curio from Topaz. Always lucky. Okay, ignore defense is very good. We don't need defense on low difficulty. Early encounter is pretty nice, because I can still one-shot the enemy. Oh, there are two of them though. Birth of Hero is fake though, so you can just go to new these. Okay. Just get the odd code? Or recursive code, or... Yeah. Sure, we get another one. Oh my god, I actually got two. Always Lotto. Oh, this fight would have been a pain. Ooh, reroll Curios. Nah. Ruan pouch or the gunpowder? There are some nice weighted curios that could be helpful. Let's pick this. Those aren't any of them, but we can overrate ones, which is lovely. Dream Dive Can is okay. Wait, are they not dead immediately? Yeah, they pretty much are. But why did they survive Herta's technique? I did use it. I didn't forget to use it. Okay, technique points are nice. We got a second code. Let's enter battle. Maybe I shouldn't have. It's not like I need the better reward here. Nah, the fights will be short. Double twice is what I usually go for. Even getting it twice is incredibly unlikely from my experience, so I'm not going for the third time. More attack, better AoE, this, and then crit damage sounds good. I guess Heart already gets so much. Maybe there was a better option. The speed is whatever. We can get more skill points instead, I like that more. I should keep tapas for next hero maybe. And I will switch off of her for the next fight. I should actually ult like this. I should have even ulted immediately. Actually doesn't matter, yeah, because Nambi got advanced anyways. We don't even need the Herta. I mean, she still uses her technique. I should have taken the advance. Abundance, physical fire, physical. More speed for the Herta. Let's get recover skill points at the start of the fight. Sounds good. Can I get double drops from thingies? I can. Lovely. That's exactly what I wanted. I could also get tangible luck. Maybe I should have gotten adaptive gift book first. Yeah, I should have gotten that first. Joyous Instance doesn't seem that bad, honestly. Because it's so easy to expand equations on the easy mode. Just getting 2 equations seems like a deal. I will take this. Let's take the drum roll as well. We lost the Cocoon Dressmaker and got... Tearless Garden. And then... Enemies are gonna be very tanky right now, because I actually have some unexpanded equations. And I do want to get the Rupert Empire. And I'll just buy everything here. And even if I lose all my money, I will just gain it back from another curio. None of these are for equations? How is that possible, man? Okay, enemy's gonna have like quadruple attack and 5 times HP, but that's okay. Oh. That's unfortunate. Good order. I got 300. I got 250 first, then 300. 250 first, and then 50. Yeah. Also, let's take a real character now. One equation of 2-star and get a 3-star. This will take forever, and it's not even good. Maybe buying the bad curio wasn't that great. Consume money seems great. That's good. That's bad. That's like whatever. One character being targeted is really not that big of a deal. I don't really want wealth, because I'm gonna be wealthy anyways. But if I don't get... Oh, I got a technique point. Thank god, man. Would have been so bad if I had to fight them. Oh, internet issues? Oh, I'm dropping frames. Yeah, my internet is not that stable today. I guess it's a bit late to say that now that my stream stopped working. I really hope I won't have any issues on Wednesday. But there seems to be a bit of internet. It's more like it sometimes chokes a little bit. It doesn't really die. Just a bit of a choke. Okay, reward. We can finally resolve the gigs. What is the wheel? Number of available domains you can select next decreases by 1. Oh, whatever. Not really that big of a deal. Just increase the success chance to 100%, otherwise you always fail this. Probably set damage works really well with the Herta. Okay, this boss will be kinda mighty. Oh, I never picked this actually. Ooh, I do like the altar. I love the altar actually. Path of Harmony. Not sure if I ever got that before. Because I had a bunch of things that I would like. It would take a while for me to expand them. Those aren't great, I guess, so maybe those a downside. Okay, those are pretty bad, man. I don't like my my new equation blessings. It's break damage. I mean, I should have known it's break damage. Also, everything is unexpanded now, right? Everything is unexpanded, so the enemy is gonna have like 10 billion HP, man. Let's reroll the LG, please. I really do not like it all that much. Yeah, the Theater Puppet Maker instead. This is gonna be a rough fight. Let's get the Dark Matter Elo. Extra thingy, that's good. Yeah, I had my stream was lagging a bit. My internet is having a bit of like, it's having some hiccups. Let's get stuff that makes me stronger at the start. Will I die on easy mode? The reason why I'm saying this is because of that. Every inactive equation increases enemy's HP by 40 and attack by 20. And I have a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 120% more damage. Ah, it's not that bad. It should be okay. How much damage can he deal? Actually, I won't even see it because I have this shield. Actually, he's still taking a bunch of damage. Okay, yeah, I don't need to worry. This is easy difficulty after all. Enemies have stronger HP modifiers by default on the higher difficulties, without having to pick up a bad curio. Yeah. Come on, give me the erudition ones. Nopers. Is what they told me to that request. Let's take an axe at the goat. Ooh. Wait, will this take a... Will I lose my money if I pick this? Let's get the rewards. I'm not sure how it would work when I'm going into a domain. So they have the Rupert thingy. Okay, can you sell us? A lotto ticket. Exactly what I wanted. We'll take the doctor's robe, that's gonna be nice. I like running faster. We can either buy these two or one of these. Let's just buy two of these. Nothing happened? That's very unlikely. The following hero has been repaired. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, game. What would I do without you? I guess going combat is not the worst idea. Also allows me to get some good blessings. This works for 2. Okay, this gives me another one immediately, that's nice. For the Flame Chase Alliance. Oh, it broke. That's unfortunate. I got so much money just in like one go. He's on the right. Normally he's on the left on higher difficulties, but he's on the right on lower difficulties. Intriguing. Actually, if I just buy these two... I now need Hunt. And the Hunt is the only one I need. Oh, I cannot reroll though. We'll buy the 3 stars and reload those at the kitty cat. Or maybe I just should have taken more rerolls. Okay, I don't need the blazer one. Nice. So everything is expanded now. Lovely. I don't really have too many good blessings. Yeah, like, you are so much weaker when you play on lower difficulties. Whatever, pick some random stuff. Hello, General Peanuts. I'll just lower the interval. Oh, this guy attacks immediately, but fortunately he gave me energy, so that's lovely. Lodging from a friend's recommendation, very lovely. Thank you very much to the friend. So you probably know the basics. I'm polite with I stream Hoyo games every day. Mostly Genshin, but as you can see some Star Legends as well. Of actually starting on Wednesday. So today I'm streaming Star Rail, tomorrow Zenless. Starting from Wednesday though, I'll be doing a full week of Genshin streams for the Luna 1 release. Oh my god, they just died. Okay, I just need them. Oh, I didn't even get to use the skill. Yeah, the update is why I will be doing this. So on Wednesday itself, I will be doing an like all day long stream pretty much, like 16 hours. I will start at 8 AM my time, which should be around 3 hours after the patch goes live. I used to wake up sometimes, like at 4 AM to start streaming at 5, but I'm not getting any younger, so I'm only gonna wake up at like 7 AM to stream at 8. And then I'll be streaming until like midnight. That's the plan. Okay. Grab the rewards here. Can I do a 10 pull here? No, we only have 5. Have I bought these? Yes. Okay. Nothing to pull for now. So, now that that's done, we don't have any endgame. So we'll just get started with the drink event. You're binging Genshin yourself, super lovely. I'm so excited for the update. Unfortunately, I'm feeling a bit sick today. I really hope it's just gonna, you know, quietly... The sickness is gonna quietly pass by. And I won't be like super sick on Wednesday. That would be the worst, man. I haven't been sick in a while. And that's because I visited my cousin. And there were a bunch of children at her place. Okay, old brews and new friends. Been a while, Shibong. And okay, I had the like slightest inkling of hope that would be a voiced event, because it's all about playable characters coming here for the drinks and stuff. Like, just like maybe there's like a tiniest chance, but no. Even the major events, the like, yeah, stuff like this restaurant one in Star Rail are like barely voiced, with just a voiced prologue and epilogue, and everything in the middle is not. Why do they have an aversion to voiced events in Star Rail? Come on, it's like sure it costs money, but it's something that's done independently. It doesn't cost dev time to have a voiced event, because like the voices are done separately on the side. Devs don't need to waste time on it, so it's just a question of only money and nothing else. Especially for a limited event, because permanent events, if they are voiced, they will take up more space, which is a bad. Like, it's a bad excuse to not have them voiced, but it's an excuse. But limited events? Come on. Come on, bro. What rare visitor, you picked the perfect day to drop by. Take a look at this. Signature recipes from Hananue's Rebellion days. My buddy from Dreamflags fished them out of a pile of junk. Apparently these concoctions can blend with Memoria, blur consciousness, and create fascinating synergies with Synesthesia Dreamscape, producing unexpected effects on the drinker. I'm clearly tied up right now, but you've always seen this in mixology. Want to give it a try? I'm a seasoned drinksmith. If I am be honest, I'm the apprentice of the legendary drinksmith Master Shash. You just speedrun this. Events in Star Rail. I've come to accept that Star Rail is just a game that puts out like some story when a patch comes out, and then 6 weeks of nothing. And honestly, that's fine. I prefer a game that has too little content to a game that has too much content. I feel like Zenless is on the other end of the spectrum when there is too much happening every patch, and I'm getting kinda tired of it all. So Star Rail is a nice side game. Mostly for the story, a bit for the end game. And there is barely anything else. Is that with a peculiar name? If they are a drinksmith worthy of your respect, you should introduce us sometime. How can the Express's chief drinksmith be unknown in Penacony? Shashari should get out more. Highlights just prestigious position. Yeah, the Penacony has been really nice. The last few patches. I feel like, sorry, not Penacony. Amphorius. I feel like Penacony was kind of bad. Like it started well, but then every patch I liked less than the previous one. And then like the monkey business, oh my god, it was such a pain. One of the worst quests I've played through in any game. I know the monkeys were supposed to be annoying, but yeah, I don't know. It's like I did not have a good time, man. I just simply don't have a good time. And the beginning of Amphorius was pretty slow, but it paid off. It's better to have a story that starts slow and then gets good, than a story that is like intriguing at the start, but then all the intrigue turns out to just be red herrings. And that's what Penacony was to me. It holds one of the 10 highest positions in a cosmic power that can go toe-to-toe with the Interastral Peace Corporation. Let me guess, this cosmic power you're talking about probably doesn't even have 10 members to begin with. But back to business. The recipes mention a drink that supposedly makes the drinker agree with absolutely anything. I've been this trade for years and never once heard of such an outlandish signature recipe. Seeing is believing. Let's see some actual results. Won't you try mixing one according to this recipe? I want to see your skills firsthand. It's up to get a hide boss fight. Yeah, when we fought Aquila, it was like, man, Star Rail is back finally. Because the latter 1.x patches I didn't love. Penacony started off strong but then fell off. And the latter story, like the like Shanjo story and the monkeys in the later 2.x patches were even worse. And Amphorius started out slow, but then we got the Aquila and it's like, damn, they are back. It paid off sitting through all of this. Customer requests and recipe details are documented for reference. So the mini wine glass. Okay. A large amount of ice. Hello, Molonek. It's the same exact mechanic. And 3.4 was even better. Doing pretty well. I might be a bit sick, but I do hope it's just a minor throat ache and it will just go away in a day or two. Hopefully. If I get worse tomorrow, like, I'm gonna play Genshin no matter what on Wednesday. Even if I'm like half dead, I'm gonna play Genshin anyways. Worst case scenario, I will do like a silent stream. If I like literally won't be able to talk on Wednesday. But I will stream Genshin. There is no other option. I took a day off and I'm not about to just lay in bed. Okay. We know, we've already done this event, man. Is there anything different here? As if everything is intentionally vague. One requirement for the approval recipe is met. Can you fulfill all recipe requirements to mix a perfect drink? Flavor goes extremely mellow. For me Genshin is the GOAT. Recently, even off stream, I've been just booting up Genshin to play with a video in the background. And I just like collect rocks or 1-star artifacts around the map. Nothing like interesting. I just enjoy being in Genshin though. An eye-rolling joke as a bonus. Question: why is Shash the Express's chief drinksmith but doesn't serve any alcohol? Answer: well, his customers are the nameless, and what's a drink without a spirit? No name, no spirits. I wonder if it's better in Chinese. Started playing Genshin happily and actively after you swore off spending anything. When I first started playing Genshin, I need to open the window. It's kinda... when it was open, it was too cold. So where was I? I don't mind spending money on things I enjoy, because some people take pride in never spending a dime and then like playing Genshin every day anyway, so like other games. For me, I don't mind, and like that's perfectly fine, but I don't mind spending money on things I actually enjoy and spend most of my time on. And when I started playing Genshin, I just bought Welkin day one because I figured, like even when I wasn't sure I would be sold on it, right? I just knew it looked cool and I wanted to try it out. I bought Welkin day one though because I figured that either worst case scenario I just lose $5, you know, if I end up not liking it. But if I do like it, then having a Welkin from day one is gonna be beneficial. And it was, because I have played every single day since. It's not because you go overboard easily. That makes sense. But all of the so I play the gacha games I play is Genshin, Star Rail, Zenless. Genshin is the one where I'm most eager to spend money in because I just feel like it's the best game by my metrics. Pretty much everything I like the most in Genshin, to be honest. The only areas where the other games are like competitive, I would say, is combat. All three games are pretty unique and have their strong and weak points. But when it comes to like the day-to-day gameplay, the story, the presentation, I feel like Genshin takes the cake easily. Just overall play experience. Has been pretty Star Rail is just a game where you play through the story and then rest for 6 weeks. Logging in. You can log in every day if you want to keep up with resources and do endgame, but if you don't want to do endgame, you just log in once every 6 weeks and do the story. Was it supposed to be some pre-drink entertainment? Should I pretend it was funny? It's our tradition, please bear with me. The profile is odd, but beyond that, nothing extraordinary. Does it actually do that? Make people agree with absolutely anything? It's just a drink. And ask me something and let's see if it works. Can you be added to the character pool? Absolutely, though what exactly is a character pool? Is it something like the dream pools? She actually agreed. Wonderful. The drink actually works. I knew I could count on you. From now on, you are our guest drinksmith at the Dream Jolt Hostelry. All our ingredients and equipment are yours to use. Mix up your own unique recipes and create lasting memories with unexpected guests. May these signature recipes be the beginning of many remarkable adventures for you. Come on, come on. Okay, this was pretty fast. If the was easy gonna get nauseated from the sheer amount, yeah, I feel like they've been just putting a bit too much. I feel like Zenless 1.0, like 1.0, 1.1, that was like the perfect game. But they tried to make it too much, just like everything else on the market, instead of carving their own niche. And now they are adding stuff like exploration and whatever, and it's just like, not only am I already saturated on exploration, there is Genshin, and for those who don't want Genshin, there is stuff like WoA and stuff. And those games are actually built from the bottom up to explore in. But exploration in Zenless just feels bad. It was not a game meant for that. It just feels very forced and not really fun to play. And the event quantity... I mean, the events are fine. Maybe like one fewer event. If they moved one Zenless event per patch into Star Rail, would be better for the overall balance. But like I said, Star Rail having little content is actually fine. Current is good for CGN right now. For Fearless, definitely. For Dire, you would have a harder time. If not, impossible. What's on CGN right now? So you can actually go through the bosses. Okay, so first the 5.8 is what we have now. We've got Papilla. You want Natlan DPSs. Oops, I didn't want to open it up. Kinich, Chaska, Mavujka are like top 3 to play here. You can play other DPSs and just play some Natlan characters to break it, but only on Fearless or lower, not on Dire. So you can play like Arlecchino with Ororon, or you can play... Skerk would be rough. No, probably not Skerk. You play Skerk on the middle boss, on the turtle. I also, even if you don't have Ororon, if you have like no characters at all, you can just play Pyro MC. And I've even seen main DPS Pyro MC clears on Fearless. You played Mavujka Shilane, it's not good enough. On Fearless? Might be skill issue. For the Tortoise, you either want to play Mualani here, or you want to freeze him. So ideally either Mualani or Skerk. And then Battle Hardened Pilpan Idol, Electro, Hydro. You just want to play Electro and Hydro characters, it's that simple. You can experiment with other stuff, but just playing Electro and Hydro will work best. Because whenever he enters his hot phase, any Electro and Hydro damage you deal will go through to the main HP bar, but any damage that's not Electro or Hydro just doesn't. So he essentially doesn't take damage that's not Hydro and Electro for half the fight. And so versus this boss, any Electro DPS is good, including Chlorine. And especially if you play her with like Inefa, Chlorine Inefa, and the Hydro character could even be good enough for Dire, actually, here. And then if we look at the next one, because this is pretty much already over, you're not gonna be clearing Dire today, or like, yeah. Who's Inefa? She's like official, but needs Hydro Electro teams. And gives you a shield. Second we can sit Lali, all 90 with 6, very nice. And here, so as you can see, there is still a Hydro Electro boss. And also, specifically, he's more so weak to Electro. His Electro res decreases by a lot when you break his shields. And all res except Electro is very high. So here you don't want Hydro all Electro, because like, here you can play Nuvilet and you are chilling. Or even, I've seen Mualani clears. Here, you need an Electro DPS. So, Chlorine is an Electro DPS, therefore she works well. She's not gonna be best, she's gonna be like third best at best, after Flins and Varesa. But for Fearless will work perfectly fine. Versus the guy here, you play Bloom, either Nilu Bloom or Hyper Bloom. Both should work, yeah. Hyper Bloom also works. So either you just play Nilu Bloom teams ideally with Flauma, or Hyper Bloom teams or something hybrid. Does Chlorine proc Raiden E? Every single character does, but it's not relevant at all for any Chlorine team ever. And then the Eon Blight Drake is gonna be the most interesting one, because here, multi-elemental damage plus, single elemental damage minus. So what you need to do here is, every quarter of his HP you take off, you need to like switch your DPS type. After every time you take off a quarter of his HP, he will gain higher resistance to the element you dealt the most damage with in the previous cycle. And if he stays in one rest type for too long, so if you try to just keep doing pyro damage throughout the entire thing, he will eventually take off and you lose, essentially. If he takes off, you are done for. So you either need characters that can deal multiple elements, but in like... So you would think Chaska when you first see this, but you can't really control Chaska's elements too much. Maybe you could do something like double cryo Mavujka Chaska, and then Chaska will be doing mostly cryo damage, but then you can do Mavujka for pyro and like switch between them, something like that. But you might also just want double DPS teams. Like play Skerk with Nuvilet, and then every quarter HP you switch between Nuvilet and Skerk. I feel like my gut tells me that Skerk Nuvilet will be the best. I feel like this is the best dual DPS team we have. Or it could be, maybe like Kinich Mavujka could also work. Yeah, like X with Mavujka or Skerknuvilet. And by X I mean like almost any other DPS. Maybe some like, or maybe like Varesa Mavujka Overload team. Varesa Mavujka Bennett Chevrus. Or instead of Bennett, maybe like Janssen instead, or maybe off-field Electro. Yeah, stuff like that. Like here we'll need to get creative. Scared or never? The crab? No, like here just play Bloom. You don't need a DPS, you just Bloom him. Ideally you would have Lauma, who buffs Blooms, but even if you don't, you can just play Hyper Bloom and you will be chilling. I do wonder for Dire how it will work. But he doesn't have all that much HP. Less than 10 million is not that much for Dire standards. But like, teams like Bloom usually fall off with higher investment, so it's harder to make them like pop. But I guess Lauma, like, if you have Lauma you do Dire, if you don't have Lauma you do Fearless. I feel like it's gonna be like that simply. Now there are some banger Lauma Inefa teams you can do. But you play, if you have Inefa, you play her versus the Fireblade Shock Trooper. Especially because we will not have... Oh yeah, I said Flints would be good here, but we'll not have Flints first half. I mean, you can wait until Flints comes out to clear him. Like, that's one option. But if you want to beat this at release, we don't have Flints, so you're gonna play either Varesa or Chronine. I mean, if you ever are having trouble with Fearless, then Dire is absolutely off the table. Like, it's not... Dire is much harder, but you don't get anything from clearing Dire. Clearing Dire is just for the boasting rights that you cleared Dire. And you also kinda need Constellations, or at least perfect... Like, you either need perfect C0 R1 teams that like exactly counter the boss, or you need cons, or sometimes both for Dire. For Fearless there are way more options. Fearless is just a bit harder Abyss. Like it's like Abyss 13. That's Fearless. And then we actually have 6.1 even, but we don't know much about these bosses. The first guy needs lunar reactions, so Flints or Lauma or Nefer or Inefa. Second guy, you also kinda need Notcry, so that's interesting. We want Notcry for the first one, Notcry for the second one. And the third one you need healing for, which is interesting as well. But yeah, that's like a while away. But even if you started playing yesterday, I mean there might be some co-op restrictions if your account is at if your level is too low, but you can get every single Primogem reward by doing co-op. And all you miss out on, if you just get carried in co-op by not doing anything, is one reroll feather. You still get 2, and you miss out on 1. That's all you miss out on if your account is not strong enough for Stygian Onslaught. 1 reroll feather out of 3, and you get all the Primogems anyways. All set up and ready to open. Oh, we've got the goat. Such a heavy hitter for the first guest. Why act so shocked? I told you I'm everywhere. Madame Herta toys with the cosmos like a child with playthings. Madame Herta is a peerless gem, Mother Herta is an unrivaled genius, Madame Herta is an inimitable beauty. The sycophant algorithm in the replica personality module seems a bit overfitted. Don't mind it, long-standing bug. Who's going to pick next version? So, hello Sayonara. So there is gonna be this new mechanic. I should have this image saved somewhere so I don't have to look it up every time. Also, by the way, this is real. Genshin X Among Us. That's a sassy Paimon. Whatever. I'm not gonna go into that right now. Will it be here actually? So here they have the characters that we can pick. Okay, we need to scroll down more. Scroll and scroll and scroll. This is Aino Kit, artifacts. A bit further down, here we go. So, they're adding a new mechanic. Whenever you get a constellation for a 5-star that you already have C6, so whenever you get a C7, usually for a standard character, that's when it's actually gonna happen, right? You get one Masterless Stella Fortuna. And then you can use this Masterless Stella Fortuna to level up your character to level 95 or even 100. You use one of them to go to level 95 and then two more for a total of 3 to go to level 100. Going to level 100 essentially increases your damage by around 10% from just the level being higher, because the higher your level, the more damage you deal, and also you get more base stats. And your reaction damage goes up by around 15%. So you get around like, yeah, between like 8 and 15% more damage for your character. So what that means is this essentially gonna be better, like getting some Masterless Stella Fortuna and feeding them to your favorite or most recent DPSs like Skargor Mavujka is gonna be better than any single constellation available from the selector. Because none of these constellations, not a single one of these really is all that good. The best ones are probably Baiju and Nilu, but even then they aren't good. And even specifically for like Nilu teams, you'd probably be better off getting some levels on your Bloom trigger for like 8% more reaction damage than getting Nilu C1. Nilu C2 could be worth picking, but yeah, what I'm essentially getting at is pick standard characters at the highest constellation you have. If you have already a C6 standard character, you can pick them to get a Masterless Stella Fortuna directly. If you do not have anybody at C6, just pick whoever you have at the highest con to get closer to C6. Because as long as you continue playing Genshin, you will get there eventually. You need to get cookie cons? Why? They don't really do much. The only mid characters from there you have are Eula, Albedo, and Ayaka. Yeah, they definitely do not have. The only character that matters there. The only character who has cons that do anything is Ayaka out of the three. But even then, like her C2, C4 are good, but they are not amazing nowadays, anyways. And yeah, you are just gonna be better off. You're gonna be better off picking the Jhin. So you can pick Jhin here, that's C5, you can pick Jhin from the standard selector. That's also a thing. Is it like here? Yeah, there's a standard selector, so you pick another Jhin, and now you have C6 Jhin. And the next time you get a Jhin, that's C7. So that's the play, right? And you can level up your Mavujka or Skirk or any recent DPS or your favorite DPS. And you even like playing Jhin. Oh yeah, so that's like a win-win. They don't? Yeah, they don't really matter. Because they're probably playing Shinobu as a Hyper Bloom trigger. And, you know, she just needs to apply Electro. AoE increased. AoE increase can be okay to hit more blooms. Actually, no, this is the burst, so you don't care. Oh yeah. This does nothing. Ring duration increased by 3 seconds. I guess it's okay for perma uptime. Losing 3 seconds is not that big of a deal though. Like, more so quality of life than anything. Extra electro damage when she hits. You are not even on-fielding Shinobu. Doesn't do anything. And this is like a revive if you die. Skill issue. So yeah, the only con that really does anything is C2, and even then it's not that big. You just level your Shinobu to 90 and she's good to go, and build EM. You know her gameplay? You mean Jin's or Shinobu's? Shinobu presses E and switches out, that's Shinobu gameplay. Were you pulling for Llama? Come on, Sayonara, you know the answer. You've watched me for long enough. I might just go... You mean Jin's gameplay? I mean, you press E and that's it. You press E, press burst. She doesn't have any like hidden mechanics. You can hold E to throw enemies, and some light enemies you can throw them up and they will take fall damage on the way down. Can be nice for cheesing some bosses, but very, very rarely. It works for like Fatui enemies or capybaras. Not really anything heavier than that though. So I might go C0 R0 for Lauma, but I will see. If I get lucky on her banner, I will probably go for the weapon. But vertical investment into Lauma doesn't really pay off all that much. Both her Sig and her cons are kinda mid. And I would rather invest more into Flames, but Lauma is definitely a character that's gonna be very valuable to have on an account. The bloom buffs and just reliable Dendro application. Is this Sig good on Citlali? No, just play on Citlali. Just play Thrilling Tales. Even Citlali's own Sig is not like all that important on Citlali, because you can just play this. The goat. Citlali's Sig is nice if your DPS does not scale with attack, because this gives attack percent, this gives damage bonus. So if you play her with like Nuvilet, then sure, Starcrawler Sword is gonna be much better. But most Citlali teams are like with Mavuika, Arlecchino, Gaming, they all scale with attack, so Thrilling Tales is gonna be better. Or like, not better, but very close. Like it's not worth spending Primogems on this. That said, I do like Citlali's weapon. I like the comfort it provides. But when it comes to like power per Primogem, it's not worth the pull. I mean, you have to swap anyways. You need to swap in the right order, but in Mavuika teams it flows naturally anyways. You wouldn't do it any other way in Mavuika teams than going from Citlali to Mavuika. There is no reason to ever swap differently. Citlali is begging for a weapon since 4 versions? Nah, Citlali is the one character who never begs for a weapon. Like, if you really like Citlali, you can pull this, but it's a minor increase. You are better off going for Citlali Constellations. I say as an owner of an R2 Starcaller Swatch and C0 Citlali. But yeah, Citlali cons are much stronger than the weapon. And EM the only thing EM does for Citlali is bigger shield. You don't really care all that much. It doesn't increase any of her buffs. Should you pull for weapon save for Flins? You don't have Inefa, by the way. So, Flins. So Inefa's weapon is pretty. Sorry, Lauma's weapon is pretty unimpressive, to be honest, for a signature. We are gonna get a very good event weapon. We're getting the Ether Knight Spindle Loot. 46 ER and 200 EM. This is like just a great stat stick. So, kinda similar. Like all the EM catalysts, every single EM 5-star catalyst is kind of mid, actually. None of them are big upgrades from the 4-star or even 3-star options. So getting Flins is probably gonna be better. However, if you do not have, if you don't have Inefa, he's not gonna be like top 3. With Inefa, he's gonna be a top 3 DPS in the game, but without Inefa, he's not gonna be one. Now, he does have a very strong C1. His C1 is pretty much just as good as pulling Inefa for him, but either way, he is gonna be a strong DPS and he is gonna be shield in upcoming content, right? They want us to play 2 different Not-Cry DPSs in 6.1. Because here you need Lunar Reactions, and here you need Ascendant Gleam. So, just having Not-Cry characters is gonna be beneficial for our account for upcoming Siege Onslaughts. And also Flins is a cool guy. I like Flins. If I had to pick one, I would pull Flins between Flins and Lauma. Just based on vibes only. So I would advise, if you are like on limited resources, skip the Sig for sure. C0 R0 Lauma. Investing into her anymore is kind of a waste of Primogems. She's a complete package at C0 R0. You just play the free event weapon, and her C1 just gives healing, 0 damage. So that's a waste. And then yeah, either pull Fleens or save for Nefer or save for Columbina. Those would be better options. Long term. And even short term as well. Short term pull for Fleens, long term maybe save for Nefer or Columbina or Varka or Durin, whoever comes. What other 5-star weapon is next? You mean together with this on the banner? It's Nahida's Sig, which is also an EM catalyst, and it's also pretty bad actually. Deepwood on Lauma or new set? New set only if you play double not cray teams. Which you probably are not gonna be doing. So Deepwood is like the easy option. Even in double not cray teams, somebody needs Deepwood. So it might not be Lauma who plays the EM set. So just slapping Deepwood on Lauma forever is definitely a fine option. Just whenever releases, or if you are playing her with Inefa. One of the strongest Lauma teams might be Nuvilet Furina, Inefa Lauma. Now, it's not gonna really be a team you are gonna play, cause you need Bloom here, but Inefa here. So I don't think you are gonna get to play this team in Siege and Onslaught at all. But the idea with this team is that you have Nuvilet applying a lot of Hydro to keep a Hydro around the enemy. And then you have an Electrocharged Aura, thanks to Inefa. And then whenever Lauma hits with Dendro, she will create 2 Dendro cores. Because if you apply Dendro to an Electrocharged enemy, you get 2 Dendro cores. And then Inefa Hyper Blooms both. And you have both the Lunar Charged and the Hyper Blooms and Nuvilet's damage. And this only works if you are on-fielding a Hydro character and doing a lot of Hydro damage. So that's why it's like with Nuvilet specifically, like a lot of Hydro application. That doesn't mean her other teams are bad though, just like one good team. And in that team, you are gonna have Ascendant Gleam, so you are probably gonna slap it on like Furina, or maybe on Inefa, and then Deepwood on Lauma still. So even in that case, you just play Deepwood on Lauma. If you are playing Nahida in your Lauma team for like Nilu, then you could even go with the crit set for Lauma. Nah, that's not worth it. You might just play 2-piece EM on Lauma. In a Nilu team, it's kinda like you run out of good sets to play. Do you need a Nahida? From a meta perspective, no. Nahida is kinda strictly worse than Lauma in all relevant meta teams now. The only teams where Nahida is better are Quicken teams, and Quicken teams are not good now. So if you are pulling for meta, Lauma is always the correct option over Nahida. Only pull Nahida if you just really like her. Playing Aino is, I think, is like a DPS loss, pretty much. Because the thing with Lauma is that she has different effects depending on how many Not Cray characters you have in the team. And if you have one Not Cray character, which means only Lauma herself, you get 15 crit rate and 100 crit damage for your blooms. If you have 2 Not Cray characters, you get a Lunar Bloom damage bonus, or like crit damage bonus. And until Nefer comes out, the first effect is better, because Lauma's personal Lunar Bloom damage is not that high. So by playing a second Not Cray character, you are nerfing Lauma's passive. You are making this worse. Now it can be worth it if the character brings enough good things to the team. You do enable the Not Cray sets, so you can play the 120 EM one, and like if it's Inefa, she just deals good damage and it's a good Hyper Bloom trigger. But Aino is like neither of those. Doesn't deal damage, doesn't really provide anything to the team. So playing Aino might be like a DPS. It's like playable. You can play Aino, but you're probably better off not playing Aino, to be perfectly honest. If you show me your characters, I mean, if you didn't pull for Inefa, you probably should just get Lauma. Lauma is a Llama is gonna be good for everybody. Because like everybody can build a Hyper Bloom team. And especially if you don't have many characters, and especially if you like skipped out on a lot of not LAN cast, just being able to boost up your Hyper Bloom teams to a modern damage standard with Lauma is gonna be pretty huge. And then she sets you up well for for Nefer next patch if you want to go for that, because she's gonna be the premium Nefer support as well. And just having not Clay characters will benefit you, right? If you want to skip both, you're gonna struggle in Stygian Onslaught, where they want you to play, like where they give you two bosses that shield not Cry. I mean, unless like you would have to have no characters to not be able to make a good Lauma team. You can play Barbara. You can play Barbara as your Hydro, that's perfectly fine and not even cope. Everybody has Barbara. Then as your Electro, the choices are between Shinobu, Raiden, and Inefa. You really want one of those, so if you don't have any 5-star and you don't even have Shinobu... Shinobu is gonna be on banner though, you're gonna get Shinobu when pulling, right? So you are gonna get Shinobu, you do have a Barbara, and you pull Lauma, the team is ready. Right? You can just play like a second Hydro, you can play a Xingqiu in the final slot or something and it's fine. Chlorine? That's fine. She wouldn't really do all that much, but that's okay. Should work. But Raiden's gonna be better than just playing a pure Hyper Bloom team. And by Raiden I mean full EM Raiden. You build Flower of Paradise Lost, full EM, and you never burst, you only tap E. That kind of Raiden. But yeah, some sort of Chlorine Quick Bloom will also work. But yeah, like it's impossible to be unable to build a good Lauma team. That's why I'm saying she's so good, right? If you needed if you needed to have enough Askerk and Escoffier to make her work, I would not say that she's a good pull for everybody, right? That's why Flames can be lower pull value, because without Inefa, he is gonna be behind his peers, right? Unless you pull C1, but that's 2 characters. That's two PTs, not 1. Because Flins actually has meaningful upgrade paths, right? Because Lauma, whether you pull C1 or R1, doesn't really do all that much. C1 kinda useless, R1 a minor upgrade. Flins has bigger upgrades though. Flins' C1 is kinda huge. And his C2 is also great. His weapon is worse than the cons, but also fine. So if you have like a lot of free ones you haven't pulled in a while and you want to invest into a character more, then Flins is the better option. But if you want to just pull one character and then save for later patches, then Lauma for sure. It's frustrating because Zealand has her banner with Flames. And why is that frustrating? You have no primos. We do get like 90 pulls first half, and then like 40 more on the second half, or something. So you are gonna pull a character just fine. Unless you get giga unlucky, you could lose your 50-50 and then not have enough to pull another one. But you also have old content. You haven't played in a while, you have old content to clear. You can probably guarantee 2 PTs with all the primo gems in your world. Full free to play. You want both. If you want to play Yelan with Flames, then that's not really all that great of an idea. I know it's better for Flames. But if you just want Yelan in general, then yeah, that's gonna be rough. But specifically if you want to build a Flames team, I know it's better. Oh, and if you don't have Inefa, I know it's a must. Like, if you have Inefa, I know is still probably better than Yelan, but they are close. If you don't have Inefa, you must play Aino. And then you must play another Electro. And then you should play a Sucrose in the final slot, right? So there's no space for Yelan in Flames teams. The reason why you need another Electro is for energy. He needs a lot of particles. Then Sucrose just gives you so many buffs, you really want her, the EM and the Shred. And then you need a second not Cray character, and you also need a Hydro character for Lunar Charged. So Aino is your only option. But you get Aino for free, so that's good. And you can get her cons on the Flynn's banner. Which can help. C1 and C6 are good for Flynn's teams. You're so burnt out. At the end of the day, if you don't feel like playing Genshin, don't force yourself to play Genshin. It is one of my favorite it is one of my favorite games of all time. And I always feel like playing Genshin, but that's just me. I feel like using the interactive map turns it into more of a chore. I almost never use it. It's only when I'm like looking for something specific. Like, for example, there was an achievement to find like 8 desert obelisks in the Sumeru desert. So to get that achievement, I would look up all the obelisks that I missed. Or sometimes I will look up the chests that contain furniture that I missed, if I want to get a specific piece of furniture. But for just walking around getting chests, I much prefer to walk around and not turn it into a checklist. The memes are good though. With Clothar, Alberic. You should use the compass though. Compass is good. You're gonna miss a lot of chests in plain sight without the compass. You don't have any compasses? Then do the reputation, that also gives you Primo Gems. Also the compass in Not Cry is free. You don't even need to do reputation for it, I don't think. And it's even stronger than the previous compasses. You really don't want to do reputation? Like, you just beat up a mob and you are done. Or like submit some mats. Some flowers that you probably should also have if you walked around ever. Around the region. Like the initial... back in Mondstadt, Liyue and Inazuma. The enemies were a bit annoying. Because you had to track them down. But starting with Sumeru, they just like exist. You could just go there and kill an enemy. That's it. You are done. You can also skip the fights and only do the mats. You can only submit mats and you will also get the reputation eventually. It will take longer, but you will get there. Then again, compared to a genius destroying the universe, seeing a Stellaron mixing drinks behind the lounge might just be greater marvel. Let me guess, working on something new again? A new drink recipe? Let's run a test. This one might be just right for you. In the recipe titled Personality, the words growth and reversal appear faintly. This blend seems to affect the drinker's personality. Could be useful for your puppet. Oh, being surrounded day and night by a chorus of echo chamber gets dull fast. I've tweaked the replica personality module myself, but the results were lackluster. After all, how can a tiny puppet think like a genius? If puppets had their own opinions, at least they could come up with more original compliments. Might as well give it a try. I will consider it patronizing your business. How can you provide your character info? Here. You drop your UID, and then I look it up on NK. Also, you need the character in your showcase, right? Because the way NK works is you type a UID, look it up, and then you can see all the characters in that person's character showcase. So those are my 10 characters in the showcase, and I can see everything about them, right? All the artifacts, the substats, the weapon, the stats, the talent levels. Hello, Fat. Character roadmap? I mean, we got the trailer. We don't know exactly the versions of the characters, but we know which characters are coming. You can just watch the Not Cry trailer and you know who's coming. What has this been all your life? It also works for Star Rail and Zenless. So you can look up the UID for Star Rail as well. And look at the characters in the showcase there. I haven't refreshed this in a while. Or actually, wait, is my Herta 75? I thought I leveled her up. I guess she's still 75. Huh. And then you can even make an account. Wait, let me log in. You can even make an account, and then you have even more options. You can connect your account to the Honkai account, and then you can save your characters. So what you can do is like you have some characters in your showcase, then you can save them to your profile, and then even if you switch them out for something else, you can still see the character info that you saved. So like I don't have Bennett here anymore in my showcase, but this is still my Bennett build that I had back then. Or I can change a character's build and like it will still be remembered, the previous version. In Zenless I have saved like every single one of my characters. So I can just quickly take a look. Some are outdated, I need to update them. Yeah. But I will do that another day. So Honkai is amazing. This is one of the best Genshin resources that we have. By roadmap you mean who do you pull for and when do you save? So you want Hoyo to go like, we give you this character but don't pull for them, save for the next one? That's not some... That's not really... You just need to learn, okay. Okay. Oh, so you made a roadmap for yourself in WoW. Okay, okay, makes sense. I thought you wanted Hoyo themselves to give you a roadmap like that. Yeah, this is just a question of getting into the game enough. It can feel daunting when there's a bunch of new stuff, like when you start a new game or you haven't played in a while. I do get that. If Apple had their own opinions, at least they could come up with more original compliments. Might as well give it a try. I will consider it patronizing your business. It's an order to save Madame Herta. Likewise. Large or extra large? We'll go extra large for Madame Herta. I guess extra large means extra large ice as well. Special mix recipe records 2 possible outcomes that can be produced from the same drink. Ooh. The 2 effects of each drink are independent. Feel free to mix them according to your own preference. Okay, that's new. You can try mixing known effects or challenge yourself with hidden effects that have completely different tastes and properties. The 2 effects are independent of each other, so feel free to mix them however you like. Unshakable confidence and a dash of collaboration. Extremely bitter flavor, extremely rebellious personality. So this is the question marks, and now if I could go unshakable confidence, and what is a dash of collaboration? What? Okay, so I need the plus here, but this makes it sweeter. Oh, this is better. Wait, no, it's not. No, 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 no. Wait, can't I just... I guess I need to clear all. Wait, once again. So I do want the red sunset. Yeah, I thought this is minus blue, but it's plus blue. I need plus... Yeah, this is the only thing I can use. Like this, and then we need to make it... I guess more red sunset. But dash of collaboration is something else. What's the dash of collaboration? I don't think I can do both at once. Or maybe it's stir? No. I guess I want the question marks more. You have to do them one by one. Yeah, I guess. As we've concluded a different effect. Time to let her try this special effect infused drink. Make the question marks. Inversion. After drinking, their personality will completely invert. A Pepeshi once drank it and donated their wealth. You don't pull for the Chaska weapon, but you keep on pulling on it with the excuse that it's for official, even if it's just your addiction. It's not good for official. Don't do it. Like, it's good for Chaska, but even then her cons are better. It's just not really that good of a pull. I can't help you with that, man. Like, no matter what kind of roadmap you get, if you just keep pulling on stuff that have little value, I just can't help you with that. Where do I hail from? I'm from Poland. That's one of the reasons why I like Flins so much. Because Flins is our first and possibly only character with Polish origins inspiration thingy. So Flins mythology. Flins is an alleged Slavic deity, mentioned for the first time in the book Chroniken der Sassen by a German writer. But he was worshipped, like, he was apparently worshipped somewhere between, around the border of Germany and Poland. But if you believe the name of the Polish town, Świeradów-Zdrój, also known as Flinsburg in German, came from Flins. So yeah, that's a Polish town. As you can, if you can't tell by how it's spelled, it's a Polish town. Świeradów-Zdrój. But yeah, right on the border, right? It's like right here, on the Austrian border. So yeah, I gotta pull for Flins. I'm gonna be a Flins main. And also, one other good thing about Flins, Inefa is probably my favorite character in the game right now. How do you say bend over in Polish? Wait, how would you say it? Schyl się? Doesn't have the same energy though. Bring Charlotte for the Skark teams of Citlali? That does not sound like a good idea. Citlali is probably gonna be stronger for you. Like, yeah, you cannot really play, like, you need a healer if you want to play Furina. But the best, like, if you want an actually good healer for Skark, you would build Mika, not Citlali. You would build Mika, not Charlotte. Mika is better than Charlotte, because the attack speed is nice. But the thing is, in non-Escoffier Skark teams, it can be just as good to play a non-Furina team without a healer as it is to play a Furina team with a healer. That's because your non-Escoffier healer options are so bad that they bring the overall team down and make Furina essentially a side grade to other Hydro characters and not an upgrade if you don't have Escoffier specifically, the only good cryo healer. Now, one big thing with Furina is that you can play Marius as a hunter, and you don't need to invest into the garbage Skark domain. So if you don't want to farm that set and you just want to use Marius as a hunter, then sure. You do want to play Furina, and then you do want to build Mika. I would recommend Mika over Charlotte, because Charlotte is like 300 ER to actually like get her burst in time. Mika has more leeway. Because yeah, he has like better particle generation, and does he have a cheaper burst actually? Charlotte is probably 80, right? Is she 80? Yeah, Charlotte is 80, because if you don't have cons, you are never getting her burst back. So I would recommend Mika over Charlotte, if you want a healer. You already invested for him, perfect. An eye rolling joke as a bonus. Yula is good. Yula is the worst DPS in the game. She's really not usable. No. You can play her in like the overworld, or maybe menacing difficulty, or in an easier Abyss rotation sometimes. But she is the worst DPS in the game. So, yeah. It would be rough. Because not only is her damage bad, but also she's one of the clunkiest characters to play. With backloaded damage, that's easy to miss. Why are Herta puppets able to debut as a pop group so easily? Because they were born to be idols, get it? Both statue and celebrity. And unbearably clever. Can I drink now? The Herta puppet took a sip of the drink. My hand trembled a little during the mixing. Now this drink causes a complete personality reversal. Hopefully it won't cause anything serious. Judging by the appearance alone, nothing noteworthy has changed. Was it a misstep or is the recipe itself flawed? You forgot to set up a control group. For something this basic, a little observation is enough. Who needs a control group? Madame Herta's beauty is a miracle of the universe. See? Still grounded in facts. Beneath her youthful and radiant exterior lies a weathered heart. There may be no greater miracle in the universe. Huh? What did you just say? She's always claiming she wants to collect black holes, but the real black hole is the funding budget. Sooner or later, it's going to swallow the entire space station. Every time you open your mouth, it's just impossible missions. No wonder the space station's employee turnover rate keeps hitting new records year after year. The Astral Express is recruiting. Interesting. But every phenomenon has a cause. This one feels a bit too obvious. As I'm on the fourth mirror, with a flick of her fingertips across its surface, she ran a quick inspection. Oh, the mirror is actually here, nice. Just as I expected, the mixed drink intensified the thick memoria in the ingredients, which reversed the sycophant algorithm of the replica personality module. No wonder it turned into a Herta hater. Herta hater? That actually sounds kinda cute. What's it to use for Mika? You can use Noblesse. In any case, the puppet is clearly talking nonsense. The fourth mirror is always objective. Let's ask it and see. Mirror, mirror floating there, who holds beauty and wisdom beyond compare? Connecting to the Penacony network. Based on the most liked answer at this location, the answer is, of course, Miss Robin. Who even is that? Oh, the history of the dialogue disappeared. Nah, Herta is the goat, man. Robin has nothing on her. As expected, recipes of the same name can be mixed into different effects. These special mix recipes aren't to be underestimated. While Herta's busy teaching the fourth mirror a thing or two about being objective, might as well name the drink. Haters are fans in denial. Being talked about sucks, but being ignored is even worse. Alright, that's it. Just jot down the drink names and effects. In that case, why not have this puppet station on the Astral Express? What are you here for, digging up information on us? Welcome back, General Peanuts. The puppet just sent me the latest sensory beacon data. Seems the flavor was decent. The city might have more potential to explore. Oh, I guess we can do it again already. I prefer being the all-seeing observer over being a test subject. Go ahead, you can let the puppet try again. It's an order to serve Madame Herta. Okay, let's just do large now. Okay, so what is a dash of collaboration? Oh, the final one is rebellious collaborative, okay. The name was different last time, no? Like, we also had bittersweet, that's the same, but these two are different. The insecure, confident, and rebellious collaborative? Let's make it look nice. I will stir this. I want to add puffergoat milk on top. But this would make the confidence fall. So at first need to add another soothing soda. And the milk. It could have looked better, but it's good enough. After drinking, the person will become the person they subconsciously aspire to be, though the effect only lasts 1 minute. Please enjoy. Oh, we don't get a joke this time? Thank you. I'll collect the sensory beacon's feedback data. According to this recipe, this drink enables the drinker to grow into their true essence, as they subconsciously aspire to be. Their true essence? This really does sound like magic. But the person the puppet most wants to become, who else could it be but me, Herta? We might just end up with two of me staring awkwardly at each other. At Herta's prompting, the puppet took a sip of the drink. See, I told you. The light texture caused a slight fluctuation in my emotional index. Allow me to raise my glass in honor of your skill. Huh? There was too much growth too quickly. Looks a bit aged now. Why? Don't you want to become me? Logic. Mr. Klum possesses mastery over knowledge. I wish to become like him, a sovereign of knowledge. Didn't expect that. Ambitious, aren't you? But really... Is there truly no one else you wish to become? At Herta surging, the puppet took another sip of the drink. It's gonna be Ruan Mei now. Yeah. Why this choice this time? Because Madame Ruan Mei is someone who has earned recognition from Madame Herta. That reason, I suppose it holds up. But really there is no one else you want to become? The first time I saw him jumping freely and flipping through documents without a care on the space station's surveillance footage, something strange surged through my circuit board. That was a kind of freedom I had never known. I want to dash across the universe like the Astral Express. A few sips and you're already this far gone? I don't want to run simulated universe tests anymore. I want to roam the real universe. Hey! While Herta's busy fixing her puppet, might as well name the drink. Sudden self-awareness. This seems a bit too sudden. A bit too self-aware. Alright, that's it. Just jot down the drink names and effects. Just called sudden self and the awareness doesn't appear here. That's because the data is true and transparent and no one falsified anything out of personal preferences. Madame Herta is as transparent as the sky. Madame Herta's morals are impeccable. The puppet provided updated sensory feedback. Everything checks out, though the rationality index is slightly unstable. That's all for this experiment. You did fairly well. Consider that a compliment for you. Let's stop testing this recipe here. So that was pretty fun. I like it. Is this... temporary or permanent? Looks temporary. Oh yeah, it is temporary. A shame. Seems like one of the more fun events so far. A B-star? Oh, that is gone now. So after you mix both drinks, they are just poof. Unfortunate. All set up and ready to open. What are you doing here? Oh, it's you? Working part-time at the lounge? Before you start ceaselessly asking questions, let me explain. I received an invitation from a scholar asking for my guidance. I can't stand fools, but this one is persistent and eager to learn, and flooded my inbox with ridiculous questions. Is the power in the High Elder's horn just angular momentum? Heliobi or grain, can they perform photosynthesis? Was it the hammer or the chest that smashed boulder slabs? Somehow this all feels a bit too familiar. And expect one conversation to work miracles, but if it stops them from flooding my inbox, I will gladly take it. That's that. Don't just stand here, mix me a drink. Did your training teach you to stand idle while the countertop in front of a guest stays empty? Dr. H is as strict as ever. Wouldn't students end up in tears from that tone? I recall there is a drink recipe named Emotional Intelligence. Maybe it could help with his teaching style. Let's make a bigger glass. It should be easier to make. I mean, I should be able... Nah, let's do a small one. No ice. Harsh, paranoid and obsessive perfection. Say what's on your mind with no filter. Tastes extremely thick. Oh, the flavors are different this time. Oh, so the flavors change. It's like harsh, gentle, subtle, blunt, refreshing, thick. So refreshing thick was a thing last time. So we need blunt and thick, and then harsh as well. Oh, this works. It also looks kinda nice. Let's put some mint on top. After drinking, the person will generously share all their knowledge. The drink is mainly targeted at teachers suffering from burnout. Yeah, it's Sushang. That's what I thought. Excuse me, are you the teacher known as as a thinking reed? That's me. You are the one with the white bird profile, right? It really is you. Forgive my being late. Why isn't the clock working here? I thought there was still time. Isn't that Sushang? Hold back the urge to greet her. Why? But don't interrupt her in a rare moment of learning. Sushang gives you a thankful glance. We meet again! Everyone's still wandering about, so I slipped away with an excuse. Don't tell Huahu and Lil Gui, or they will totally make fun of me. Her blinking eyes seem to be speaking to you, but isn't this a bit too much to take in all at once? Sushang's so cute, man. Scout Pine should be good for Mika? No. Just play Favonius. If you have one. I mean, if you don't, might as well play a different weapon with ER. But like, Fav is by far the best. Because Skyward Spine doesn't even give you all that much ER, it's only 36%, because it has high base attack that you do not need. And all of these effects are useless. So just 36 ER and that's it. While Fav, on the other hand, only like 6 less ER, but creates particles for the entire team. Goated weapon, as all Favs are. Let me close all these tabs, there are too many. Speaking of open tabs though, let's do Genshin Duel, before I forget. Way above 2.7. And nothing common with Yelan, so like a 4.x character. Maybe Riodesley. Okay, still higher, not a catalyst. Uses the same book, which doesn't really tell me much. I don't even know which one this is. Maybe like Navia. Then Chlorine. No, man, I'm gonna lose. Wait, still higher? So it's Emily then. Because it's from Fontaine. I'm pretty sure that's the only option. Like, she is from Fontaine. She was in 4.8, not like 3.8. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Almost lost my 89 streak, man. I should have gone higher than 4.1. Because, like, I didn't really learn all that much info. Because 2.7, 2 arrows up means it's at least 1 year later. So I should have picked somebody who's like 2 years later to then like narrow down the character. I should have started with Emily. And then I could have, it would be easier to like go down and like pick a character in the middle than constantly like up. Like I gained very little info from all these three, right? But we got there. This is Kaya. This... My first instinct was like a Zhongli pillar. But it might be a gun. It might be like Chaska's gun or Ifa's gun. I will go with my first instinct Zhongli though. Oh, it's actually Shenhe. Talisman. Oh no, it's a Chichi talisman. Okay, whatever. If you don't one-shot, it doesn't matter if you get it second or third try. But yeah, I should have known it's Chi-Chi immediately, not Shenhe. Up. Xiao. Wine. Wine? Diluc, because you play him in plunge teams? Tornado? Like, what's happening here? Oh, Venti, okay. Sure. He also goes up. Yeah, sure. Usually up means plunge. But here it just means he's updraft. I guess you can plunge out of it. Royce Shui. Come on. Quantum. Castoris. Ah, it's gonna be Cypher. Wait. Lower? Huh? 3B. Forgot about her for a sec. Well, I rather forgot she's Quantum. She's one of my favorite Kratos heirs. I wonder if Dragon Lady has any brave pills for sale. If not, plated pills might do the trick. Whoa. Okay. I know it's like Rappa, I have no idea. What is this, man? Gallagher. Oh shoot, it is Gallagher. What even is this? I have no idea what this represents. Clara. Nice. And finally Zenless. Nothing in common, so we go Anton second. It's not A rank Anbi. It's not S rank Anbi either. Because A rank Anbi is a different boss. S rank Anbi is also attack specialty. Is this Harumasa? No, it's gonna be Trigger. It can't be Harumasa either. It's not Trigger. Oh wait, Trigger uses this guy? No way, what? That they didn't butcher? It's not Rina because Rina uses this boss. It's not Grace because she's Bellobog. I'm running out of electric characters. Is it actually Anbi? No. Anbi doesn't use this. I'm pretty sure Anbi uses... Also, it's not stun. Wait. So, there are no electric defense. Or no, there is Seth. Oh, it's gonna be Seth. Yeah, okay. Seth is like the most niche character in the game. This one was a bit tougher than average. Okay. Before we get started, let's have a drink to clear the throat. An ironic joke as a bonus. Question. Why was the dating arrested for perjury? Why is that? Because he was caught a lion in the court. Get it? Because lying and lion sound similar. Clever, huh? Hey. Doctor rated excessive of the drink. According to the recipe, this drink enables the drinker to share all their knowledge when teaching. Since you are so eager to learn, I have a few courses here. Master even one of them and it will serve you for a lifetime. I've attended lectures by many famous teachers, but as soon as I hear their opening remarks, my eyelids start getting drooping. Don't worry, I'll make sure that you learn it all. The first lesson reading. I will teach you the memory palace technique, the forgetting curve, rare characters, and effective speed reading. How does that sound? Nope, not learning. That stuff is ancient. Everyone's listening to the storyteller's audiobooks at the Sleepless Era nowadays. I want to learn something more interesting. Academic standards these days are really going downhill. The second lesson, common knowledge. I'll teach you how the stars move, historical tales, life tips, and the laws of physics. Deal? Nope, not learning. When I did the chest-smashing boulder trick, little Gui taught me a bunch of physics stuff. Like, forces just match up. You don't need to relearn that. This is unacceptable. The third lesson is titled Logic. I'll teach you deductive reasoning, probability, critical thinking, and metaphysics. What do you think? Nope, not learning. We never use probability in daily life anyways. That's not quite true. Some games may look like luck on the surface, but behind them are intricate mathematical calculations like... The Celestial Jade, you know, works exactly like that. It's you, eh? It wasn't Shuei anywhere, man. We got scammed again today. Now that makes sense, but Qingqi always wins at cards, and she's never studied probability, has she? Still not learning. If there's nothing you want to learn, then let me teach you how to catch a lightsaber barehanded, make a task peer jump through fire rings, and smash a Starscape on your chest. How about it? Huh, no, that actually sounds fun. Just don't say I was the one who taught you if anything goes wrong later. While decoration enlightens Sushang, might as well name the drink. Metaphysical bath soak. Metaphysics don't drop out if you can't hack it. Do you know a thing or two about Celestial Jade as well, Professor? A little bit. My conclusion is that anyone who wagers their fate on a card table has probably never studied probability. Elixing with flavor, beneath the sourness lies a subtle trace of bitterness. If I'm right, this isn't a typical recipe, is it? The recipe might have more potential to explore. If you think words like that can get under my skin, you're completely mistaken. Composure is essential for any true seeker of knowledge. Give me another. Even if you don't explain it, I can still taste that what makes it different. I want a sip too. This isn't for kids. Quite a penny pincher, aren't you? Let's make him another shot. Be gentle and subtle. Looks menacing, let's stir this up. Okay, now the color is better. Especially for like a shot glass. Let's give him a little lemon. After drinking, the person will compassionately inspire others like a cup of tears about to overflow. We made a love potion. Might as well give it a try. Let's see if this drink brings out any progress in you. Dr. Ratio takes a sip of the drink. According to the recipe, this drink helps the drinker encourage others with warmth and compassion. Late for your first class? Clearly you have no concept of time. That really is a talent. I suppose you can also lose yourself completely in study, forgetting even to sleep or eat. Isn't that logic a bit of a stretch? Well, that may be, but to be honest, I'm hopeless at studying. Giving up on yourself so quickly, that really is excellence in self-awareness. Facing your flaws instead of running from them is truly admirable. Such warm encouragement. The abecedaries at the Lyceum were never like that. They would just hit my palm with a ruler. After a while, they all got really good at it. The best learning comes when both teacher and student grow together. Most teachers enjoy working with students who start from the bottom, since there's plenty of room to improve. And you have a great deal of room to improve. Really? What kind of epic denseness is this? I really want to do better, but every time the class starts I get sleepy. I sleep better in lectures than in bed. Well, look at it this way. At least you enjoyed a lovely nap, unlike the students who stayed awake and still understood nothing. On that note, there's another possibility. Recurrent hypersomnia may result from genetic abnormalities in specific base pairs. This can impair immune expression and hinder hypothalamic orexin secretion, causing sudden sleep episodes. Such pathological sleepiness isn't something you can will your way through, but no need to worry, the incident rate is below 0.02%, and the clinical diagnosis requires symptoms to persist far more than 3 months. It's more likely you are just low on energy. Are you listening? She's fast asleep! Rodishang snapping, might as well name the drink. Whatever you say. Don't add any ingredients unless they are necessary. Add less water next time. Alright, that's it. Just jot down the names and effects. Can you please talk about what you think about this ring, Professor? I suddenly feel that a certain student who I recommended to leave school wasn't all that stubborn. It's a great honor to receive your teachings, Master. I truly feel enlightened. Rest assured, I won't slack off. I will continue learning, asking questions, and striving for a scholarly path. Forget about it. This path is far too rough for you. Okay. Guess we go next. All set up and ready to open. Welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry. Well, look who it is. This explains why Nambi insisted on bringing me here. Oh, have your drink mixed by a Penacony shell hoarder. Now that's a marketing gold. Nambi, don't you smell a business opportunity? Care for a monthly subscription? Sure, why not? Was the projected return and risk profile? Just email me a proper assessment report. But anyway, I've been absolutely run off my feet lately. Transferring Penacony's ownership seems simple on paper, but the reality is far more complex. Years of questionable bookkeeping and all the subtle family power plays are mentally exhausting. See that? Nambi's gotten skinnier from all the work. Let me fix you something to perk you up. I see the recipe here labeled relaxation. This thing will help you unwind. Just what you need to shake off that work stress. Sounds good. Here's a quick investment tip. Actually trying something yourself beats reading 1,000 feasibility reports. Come right up, my angel investor. Let's give her a wine glass. No ice. Okay, we start with this again. 3 colored layers, gets people extremely anxious, a super intense flavor. So this needs to be low on the smiley face, high on the yellow. We go champagne. Actually, wait. I guess I could mix this up. Because I need another pour of champagne. I can do it at the end. I just need more anxiety. So if I stir this up, add the jam and the champagne again. It looks kind of terrible, this brown. Let's go with that. Moment of shock. After drinking, the person will experience a moment of fright. Its intensely spicy flavor also delivers a powerful kick. Please enjoy your drink. And the joke as a bonus. Why is Topaz banned from magic shows on the Astral Express? Because Pom Pom would jump up yelling, she's a plant! Topaz? More like total patsy? Very mature. I would appreciate being introduced by my full name in the future to prevent such wordplay. Topaz takes measured sips, throwing occasional glances at the clock on the wall. I accidentally added too much. Now it seems to make the drinker experience a moment of terror. And by the way, Topaz's name is Yelena, if I recall correctly. Huh? Where did those critters come from? What you imagine becomes reality. Can't escape work even in dreams, it seems. Fine, what is it now? I am your faithful pet butler, with urgent news, Aru. Oh no, has something happened to the little ones? Penacony has just imposed a 200% tariff on pet supplies, and the Mr. Herring's chew toys have been unavailable for a week. That herring toy wasn't good for them anyway. They're better off without it. What's your news, TV? I'll close the window. I will schedule secretary with urgent message incoming. Bzz. Something wrong at the office? The groundbreaking game post-apocalyptic delivery service launched today, and half of the team called in sick. Operations have completely gone into a hold, and we are about to lose deals worth hundreds of millions. Is delivering packages really that much fun? Huh. I've already downloaded it too, just waiting for my work to end. Bzzt. Tell everyone that any staff who shows up at their workstation within the next 20 minutes will receive double pay for today and an extra day of annual leave. Big Clock, what's your deal this time? I'm that forgotten work task that's sitting in your schedule, ready to explode without warning. Deadline alert, submit your self-performance review before it's too late. Shoot, I totally forgot about that. How much time have I got? 5. 5 what? 4. 3. Code red, your trotter hijacked a robot vacuum and escaped home. Oh no, post-apocalyptic delivery service just announced they are releasing a multiplayer DLC pack. 2. 1. That's not the kind of moment of delight I had in mind. Topaz fumbles to open her work terminal and suddenly the lounge is swimming in blue holographic windows. Sorry Topaz, just hang in there. In the meantime, let's give the drink a name. Chosen Wage Slave. Great name. Feels like life itself. What do you think about the drink's taste? My tongue captures a familiar lingering scent. It's the thick taste of a salary job. Poor Topaz. The drink's rush is finally wearing off, more like a calculated terror rather than a relaxation. And now reality seems blissfully calm. Is this some unconventional relaxation method? This recipe might have more potential to explore. Alright then, nothing worse is about to happen, right? Let's give her some ice this time. Sweetness and relaxed. Oh, this doesn't work. This is the only thing that gives us relaxation. But I guess then we just go with... one Dream Jam, one Blossom Dew. Yeah, that's the only combination that works actually. Welcome back, Molonek. They often experience a moment of surprise. Many customers claim to see Aha waving at them after drinking it. We're gonna be going to sleep. I'm gonna be streaming for like an hour more. Please enjoy your drink. Thank you for your effort. Next time you visit Pier Point, I will buy you coffee. See you later, Molonek. According to recipe, the drink helps the helper experience a moment of delight. What's happening? Am I dreaming? I smell something valuable in there. I will take it. Open it. Whoa, it's a fluffy trotter. Just look at that glossy coat. A mimic coming right up. You clearly don't get Trotter's appeal. IPC's pet-friendly workplace even has a designated Trotter section. When overtime leaves you drained, just cuddle one and you will feel instantly energized. Quick, check what's in the second chest. Tweet! Topaz, in light of your excellent work in Penacony, the strategic investment department has approved an increased performance bonus and the following rank adjustment. From P44 promoted to P44.1. Thank you, recognition from the IPC is its own reward. What is the last chest? Put your hands up, Muddlefudger's special delivery. Just tell me where that shared Bacchus Waldo is hiding, and you'll be sorry when you are staring down the barrel of my gun. How does fugitive sneak in here? Now we put him back where he came from right now. There's a good chance to name the drink. Daydreaming again. Chin up, Nambi. One day, dreams might just come true. The effects of the drink mix are pretty surprising in a good way, no? Care to explain how becoming a wanted criminal is good? Although at first the whole world feels a bit more pleasant to look at. As I am more intrigued by your recipe than their drinks themselves, I will get back to it once I've sorted out a few current nuisances. Well then, time to bicker with those mouthpieces the family sent over. Nabi says, thank you for the hospitality, see you around. Okay, I will go take a quick bathroom break before we continue. Yeah, we'll just go with the next one. Okay, sorry for the delay. Wonder who looked through the door. You begin on the hallway, curious to catch a glimpse, but it's empty and reveals no secret. No customers yet. Hey, what are you looking at? Sneak around behind the bar, shifty eyes and all? Would you sneak a bite of this time, grey hair? Just pretending to admire the view. Word on the street is that some weird upstart has been peddling funky drinks on my turf. Man, this even has some of my favorite characters. Sparkle and Herta? You think I'll let something that strange slide without coming to check it out? Fame really does come with baggage, huh? The picture from the dreamscape ceiling drinks in some Bacali dive? You've definitely been keeping something fun from me, I assume. Your eyes meet with sparkles and suddenly you get the singing feeling something's bad about to happen. Before you can react, you are booted out from behind the bar. Sparkle's already flipping through the special mix recipes on the other side. That's quite interesting. So you've been keeping all the fun to yourself? That's not how you treat a friend. Guess I'll mix one too. Let's see what this Dreamland drink is all about. A red little grey? Small figure, huge ambition. So we need the crowns for sure. A bit foggy, slightly confused. Okay. Minus here. So syrup will wear 3 color layers. Oh, it needs to only be slightly confused, so it needs to be 1, cannot be 2. Check out the Muolani. At level 90, crown on the skill 9 on the birds, that's good. The Wit Sith, it can be a good weapon on Muolani when it works, but Muolani is already annoying enough to play, and one of the buffs is totally 100% useless. I'm not the biggest fan of the Wit Sith, to be perfectly honest. If I only had 4 stars, of course, if you are a BP buyer, Psych Jade is great. But if you don't have that, then even like Ring of Yaxche, right, just gives you a lot of HP, and then 32% normal attack damage. So that's pretty solid stats. Okay, we're trying to bring the ring, but no billets so far. Okay, yeah. Wit Sith can be good, but it's like it adds inconsistency, right? You don't really need more of that on Muolani. Get some HP, 31k. HP subs are great. HP subs are almost as good as crit subs. So yeah, whenever you roll into HP, that's a win, not a loss. Try to get pieces with even more HP rolls, ideally. EM is also good, yeah. She vapes pretty much all of her damage. So EM rolls are lovely. And you have a decent 145 EM, yep. Now 51 crit rate only. That means you are at 97. Actually, no, you're at 80. You're at 87 crit rate. So you're gonna be missing crits quite often. Once again, not ideal. With Muolani, like even when I'm watching Muolani speedruns, most speedrunners build full crit rate to like always crit because they don't want to go insane. Especially when you have Wizard as well, and then you miss crits 13% of the time, and then a third of the time you roll recitative for the attack buff, which does nothing. Yeah, you don't want that. It would be really lovely to hit the 64 crit rate or 60 crit rate. Oh yeah, this is 40. Sorry, I was telling as if this was 36%. It's 40. So you're missing 9 crit rate. You have 91. Still, ideally you want the 9, right? You want the final 9 for 100. Crit damage is super high though, but you have a crit damage HUD and the Wheat Seeth. ER, you don't really need ER, but if you roll a couple subs, it's not bad. High damage bonus, this could be HP as well. It's a good goblet, right? So it's not like you need to replace it, but HP is just as good as damage bonus. With the Wheat Seeth, HP is probably even better, because if you roll damage bonus, you're oversaturated on that already. So with the Wheat Seeth, HP will be better. But with Ring, it's kinda the same. Gives you a similar amount of HP and damage bonus. This one's kinda bad. It's not ideal. Okay. Sweet dreams. Guess what dreams Miss Sparkle has prepared for you this time? Thanks for waiting, dear guest. Here comes a handcrafted masterpiece by your master mixologist Sparkle. Sip it slow. At this point, a lame joke is expected. Is she not gonna tell me one? A morning actor... Oh yeah, we are telling a joke. A morning actor in a masked fool walked into a bar. After a few drinks, the actor starts sobbing. I have no parents, no friends, no possessions, just this darn mask. No friend, you are mistaken, the fool pats his shoulder and says, now you don't even have your mask. Now the morning actor's got nothing left. What a monumental loss. Get it? Nobody asked you for this joke. You take a sip and everything goes black. Is a new drink event? Yeah. It's smaller and simpler than the previous one, because the previous one was a main version event. This one is just a bonus event, because it's the rare second event of the patch, right? But it's pretty lovely, because it's got playable characters coming for drinks. We're not up against some petty thug this time. This is a Lord Ravager. It could crush the stars in the blink of an eye. The Lord Ravager has arrived at the front line. General Jan of the Shanjo Star Rail, the command is yours. Please review the mobilization across the Shanjo ships. Go reinforce the shackling prison, add a few extra doors while you're at it. And don't forget to put on a few more locks. Thank you for the reminder, General. I'll make sure the Ten Lords Commission gets the message loud and clear. With you stepping up, General Jan, even this old man can't sit idle. For the sake of this campaign to destroy Lord Ravager, the Shanjo Juming has already secured ore and coal shipments from our allies and seized half of our merchant ships to boost logistics. Knives, spears, swords, helmets, armor and medicinal pellets are all prepared and ready. Supply lines are locked in. We will send that overlord running with its tail between its legs. Thanks to Master Huayan securing the rear, morale's going through the roof. Our troops are fired up and ready to go. The Yaoqing Cloud Knights are locked and loaded. Just say the word, General Yan, and they will charge headfirst into the fray. Getting my Sky Splitter cannons. The General speaks wisely. Furthermore, our scouts have gathered quite a bit of intelligence. General Sparkle, would you kindly elaborate on the details? Wait, General Sparkle? What, you are allowed to be a general and I'm not? According to our sources, this Lord Ravager isn't your everyday monster. Rumor has it that it has 4 legs, fangs and snow-white hide. It appears only in times of great chaos, bringing disaster wherever it goes. I even found its birthday, zodiac sign, blood type and food allergies. Which one do you want, General? This overlord you are talking about, is it even human? As long as it's destructive enough, who cares if it's human or not? Yeah, check the Arlecchino. Before we continue with the Sparkle dialogue. Are you sure that's the right account? or do you not have your Arlecchino in your showcase? Because either you have a bunch of old characters in your showcase or that's not your UID. Which one is it? If you just change your showcase, it might take a while to update. One way to speed it up is to log out and back in. So in Genshin just like quit and re-enter the game. And that should make it update instantly. So do that and tell me when you are ready. Fair enough. With all of you holding the line and the whole challenge standing united, we'll bring down the Lord Ravager. Far or near, we shall strike them down. Agent report, the enemy's main force has been obliterated. But the overlord is not done yet. It's leading a desperate charge straight towards us. Let it come, my bud's got a few words with it. Behold, the mighty overlord Peppy has arrived, woof. Lord Ravager Peppy. Sparkle's back, yeah, always lovely to have Sparkle back. There were some leaks that we might get a new Sparkle form next version, like 4.0 or like 4.x, not necessarily 4.0 exactly. Because apparently we're getting a new Elation path after Remembrance. I don't necessarily love the idea of adding a new path per year. Some paths are already kinda abandoned. Like Preservation gets one character per year. And now we're getting even more paths. But whatever. At least it means, if it means more Sparkle and Sampo, I can take it. Anything for those two. Everyone here, straight to the seclusion zone. Grab a mop and start scrubbing, no exceptions. How did you become the Lord Ravager? Woof woof, but you didn't see that coming, this is Penacony. Here anyone's dreams can come true, woof. Wait, that was his dream? Kind of terrible for your ticket economy, but because of the light cones, but Elation is best, yeah. I mean, I would pull light cones for characters I like anyways. So it's no big deal. Oh, your Arlecchino doesn't have artifacts. That's a bit of an issue. But we do have level 90. And your normal attack is crowned. Yeah, that's the only ability that matters. Skill is kinda useless. You need to know what to farm. So there are like 3 major options. 2 classic ones and 1 is like a surprise tool. So let's open the artifacts. So her best in slot in most teams is Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy, right? It gives you a damage boost when you have Bond of Life. Strong set, works in every Arlecchino team. Downside, you need to farm this specifically. And it's only good for 2 characters in the game. Only for Arlecchino and Chlorine. So kinda mid to farm. The other option, if you just want to have a strong Arlecchino without wasting time farming for her specifically, Glads. You should have decent Glads pieces, just from farming weekly bosses and world bosses. So you can just put a 4-piece there, that works fine, that's what I play on my Arlecchino for example. Another thing that's an option is actually Night of the Skies Unveiling, but specifically only for an Arlecchino Inefa Aino team. So it's only relevant if you have Inefa, but if you have those 4, you can play a... If you have those 3, Arlecchino, Inefa, Aino, you can play a Overvape Arlecchino team and get this 30 crit rate set on her. Because as long as you have 2 Notcry characters in your team, anybody can get the effect. You do not need to be from Notcry, unlike the Natlan sets. But if you have no Inefa, then this is not an option. So if she's like your favorite character and you want the best set, you can go farm Fragment. If you just want to get her geared without wasting that much time, go Glads. It's like the major options. And then for the teams, there are 3 main types of teams you can play with Arlecchino. Overload, Melt, or Vape. You already have so melt teams are pretty much just like Mavuika teams, but you play Arlecchino instead of Mavuika. But you do have Mavuika. Wait, you should definitely not play HP Sanzai or Mavuika. Get EM or Attack Sans. And level up your artifacts, but yeah, whatever. Not the Mavuika review right now. But yeah, you already have Citlali Mavuika, so if you want to play a melt DPS... Wait, also, this is Scroll. Oh yeah, I didn't even... Now I noticed. Tempted for her as a support, okay. So yeah, if you want to play a melt DPS, you can just play Mavuika and she's gonna be better at that. So actually, I would probably recommend playing Arlecchino more in Overload teams with Chevrus. As long as you have Chevrus, hopefully. But yeah, those are pretty great teams as well. And let her feel a different niche. Mavuika can also play Overload, but Mavuika is not as well suited for Overload as Arlecchino, because Mavuika gains more from melting than Arlecchino does. So something like Chevrus Bennett and then an Electro character like Fischl. Or for example, if you wanted to play her in Stygian Onslaught Dispatch, you could play her against the Papilla with Arlecchino, Bennett, Chevrus and Ororon. Normally Ororon wouldn't be that great, but Ororon works well at breaking the Papilla shield. You just have like options, right? You just need only Pyro and Electro characters, and then... Like you play Chevrus, Bennett and then Electro pretty much, right? That's like the team formula. In those teams you would not want any EM, so just play Attack, Pyro, Damage, Crit. Jading Spear is a very good weapon, like second best pretty much. After her Sig. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you wanted to play different teams, if you do not have or do not want to play Chevrus, you can go melt and then you build her similarly, but like maybe some extra EM, not even necessarily full EM sans, but just look out for EM substats, because she's not gonna melt as much of her damage as Mavuika would. Same thing with Vape. You can play her with Yelan or Xingqiu, and then still Bennett. Like every Arlecchino team plays Bennett. And then yeah, either you go Chevrus and an Electro, or you go Hydro plus an Anemo or Shilonen, or you go Citlali and Shilonen or something, or Anemo. Some help with Alhaitham. You do have level 90, which is the most important thing. Some talent levels aren't bad. Yeah, skill is best, then Burst and Normal are like just as good as each other. So you could level them a bit as well, but it's not like that big of a deal. Light of Foreign Incision is the best weapon. Now, for the stat and sets, Gilded Dreams is probably still your best option, but it's not like an amazing set. So even just playing a 2-piece like you have here can be nice. Of course, if the artifacts are actually leveled. He would prefer EM Sans, and the Dendro Goblet. Playing attack percent on him is pretty bad, because it doesn't affect part of his damage. It doesn't affect the aggravates, or the spreads rather. So yeah, I would rather have EM because he has direct EM scalings in his kit, and then Dendro damage because that affects all of his damage, both the attack scaling part and the reaction part. And as for the teams, probably the best Alhaitham teams nowadays are like Quick Bloom, but you can also play pure spread. So like, you pretty much play Electro and Dendro characters. Sometimes you can throw in a Hydro one. So like the Alhaitham team I used to play back when he came out was Alhaitham, Fischl, Beidou, Nahida. If you want more sustain, you can play either an Electro healer like Shinobu or Electro shielder like Inefa if you ever get her, or you can play a Dendro healer or shielder like Kirara, Yao Yao, or Baiju. You'd probably be better off nowadays playing a Hyper Bloom Alhaitham team with him as a Dendro driver. So then you would play a Hydro character like Xingqiu or Furina. Alhaitham is on field, applying Dendro, and then you have Shinobu or full EM Raiden in the back triggering Hyper Blooms. If you pull Lauma, you could play Alhaitham Lauma, Xingqiu, Raiden. Now it's kinda cope, because the team where Alhaitham doesn't really do anything. He just dances on field and you would be also fine on, like, you would be probably better off on fielding Lauma. But it might be the best team you can put Alhaitham in anyways, because his personal damage has fallen off a bit nowadays. And like, he would still do something, it's not like he would do nothing. So yeah, Alhaitham Lauma Xingqiu Raiden, and then you would have to level 90 Raiden and build her full EM. It's like either Dragon's Bane would be good for the EM sub, and then ideally Flower of Paradise Lost, or Gilded Dreams for more EM or more Bloom damage. That team would work well. You get to on-field Al-Haytham and you get to deal good damage. Probably best of both worlds. Unless you care about specifically Al-Haytham himself doing the damage. But let's not be too pedantic. Let's just on-field Al-Haytham and kill enemies, right? That's all that matters. Doesn't matter that it's Raiden's E's that deal more damage. Hyper blooming, right? Item Lama, Hydro player like Xingqiu, and then Raiden. Full EM Raiden. Level 290 as well. You would need Raiden at 90 as your Hyper Bloom trigger. Wait, do I have a Raiden in my showcase? Probably not. Oh, but there's actually another way to take a look at your characters. If you want to quickly check a character of yours, but you don't have them, and you don't have them in your showcase, like I want to check my Raiden, she's not here, right? What I can do is go to Hoyolab, go to Genshin, Battle Chronicle, and you can actually see all of your characters here. But I don't think you can share it. So I can go to my Raiden, and yeah, that's what this is what you want. You want an EM weapon, so Dragon's Bane is fine. If you can R5 Ballad of the Fjords, the BP polearm, it's slightly better, but if you're free to play, that's not an option. Dragon's Bane is almost just as good, and then you just only build EM. You never burst with this Raiden. You only skill, and then you play ideally 4-piece. Flower of Paradise Lost, but Deepwood is also not Deepwood, but Gilded Dreams is also fine. And then EM sub is what you are looking for, and EM main stats everywhere. You have it, the ballad? But it needs to be R5. If it's not R5, it's not better. I think you need like R4. Wait, because this is 221 EM. And then this at base it's only 120, right? So it's worse. Even R4 is worse. You need R5 for it to give you 19 extra EM. It's not worth it. Like if you are buying BP already and you don't need other weapons, you can do this. But it's not worth buying 5 VPs for 19 EM. It can be worth like buying 5 BPs to get the BP rewards 5 times and getting this on the side. That's worth, right? But like, don't go out of your way for this. Okay. You wake up slumped over a table. Turns out you dozed off. Flower of Paradise Lost for Raiden? Yeah. And this team, by the way, will work very well against the crab. Right, so you already have, you'll instantly have an enemy that you will be able to do well against, which is nice. Because sometimes you can build a good team, but then not really have any content where you can use it in. When Inefa came out first, before this, when this was our Siege and Onslaught, Inefa didn't work on any of these bosses, so you could pull Inefa and should have a bad time. Actually, no, by the time she came out, this was gone, but like this wasn't out yet, right? And the previous Abyss, the previous Abyss was like all Natlan shield. Inefa didn't work anywhere, so you had to wait until the Siege and Onslaught came out and the Abyss reset, and then you could use Inefa. But yeah, Hyper Bloom is always decent at worst, and here it will be amazing against the crab. You wake up slumped over table, turns out you dozed off. Rise and shine, grey hair, like they say, think about something all day and you will dream about it at night. So that's what's been on your mind, huh? I didn't sleep well, did I? Don't worry, General Sparkle didn't hear a thing. So what do you think of my latest masterpiece? Come on, give me a name, give it a name worthy of greatness. Life experience card. These withdrawal symptoms are brutal. If only it came with unlimited playtime. How does it feel to be the General Grey Hair? This episode is pretty good. Give it the director a raise. Super lovely that Sparkle turned the thingy around on us. Uno reverse. Dear customer, lucky you! You're Sparkle's first customer of the day. Congrats! That means you win a bonus round. One more cup. Ready to redeem? Thank you for the support. I will throw in something extra special. Let's just go with regular large. Keep an indifferent mind. Completely unconscious. So confused. Indifferent and confused. Okay, now I need to not break it. Actually, no matter what I pour now, it's gonna break. Because these give me bonus points here. Actually, no, because this also gives me minus. Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So I can do like champagne and it's fine. Yep, this works. Wondering about its effects? You will know once you drink it. Good day, dear customer. Please wait in line and have your pickup code ready. I never got a pickup code. Of course you didn't. I never sent one. This one's on the house. Enjoy. If it tastes off, I will gladly make another one for free. Hold up. What safe are they just load into? The bar's lost its ringsmith, and like the seat of divine foresight, just like the seat of divine foresight without a general. That's a major issue. You'd better get back their stat. Wait, we actually have gameplay. Whoa. I need to change the team to a more real one then. Just in case. Oh. Youth sure is something else. Even squeezing in a side gig before heading out? Out of pocket money are we? Want me to ask Pom Pom for an advance? I make drinks purely for the thrill of it. Worldly possessions mean nothing to me. My one true calling is mixology. Himeko, Mr. Young, care for a taste? Yeah, that's my line. Gasping for breath, you quickly fill them in on what just happened. You say I'm just sparkling disguise? Please, for all I know, you are just a Xeno Hydro in cosplay. Gotta admit, those shape-shifting tricks are impressive, can't judge by looks alone. How about a challenge? Let's see who pulls off a better impression of Jan. Gladly, loser gets vaporized, nice and simple. A clear conscience fears no crooked shadow. Round 1, here is your question. You're walking down the street and come across a trash can. What would the real Jan do? Isn't it obvious? Gotta dig in and see what's inside. Trash cans are old news. We are destined to only accompany each other for a small part of life's journey. Now it's time to look ahead. Sounds like something Jan would say. 1 point to each of you. Round 2. Since we are in a bar, let's talk drinks. What's Jan's go-to beverage? I'm getting back on my sugar recently. I sort of drinks haven't had one for half a system hour. Do you have to ask? Of course it's Himeko's coffee. Correct answer. You get 1 point. Rigged. No, this is a resonance between two coffee-loving souls. Now for round 3, it's a tight match. Time to show off your skills. Let's see what Jan can really do. Time for some real action. You reach into your bag, but the spot where your butt should be is unoccupied. Looking for this? Rules are made to be broken. Well, taking everything into account, it's pretty clear who the real Jan is. Thank you, judges. Thank you to our wonderful audience and to everyone who believed in me. Special thanks to Dream Road Hostelry, to this fine establishment, and to the Astral Express. The game's over. No need to keep pretending, Sparkle. Wait, am I actually Sparkle? If I were Sparkle, that wouldn't be so bad. Thanks everyone, and a special thanks to my worthy rival, my greatest inspiration. Now allow me to announce the winner of the Young Impersonator contest. This one. Mr. Yank, are you blind? I'm right here. I'm afraid not, Miss Sparkle. I chose correctly. The real Jan would never say something like I like Himeko's coffee. But as I had to admit it, don't be too discouraged. Second place deserves a reward too. Now that's what I like to hear. What's the prize? Fresh cup of your favorite handcrafted coffee. Sorry, I must decline. Mr. Yang and Himeko each ordered a drink. After a good laugh and some cheerful banter, they bid you farewell. Pretty fun, huh? So, grey hair. Wasn't that drink just wildly unexpected? So the dream part was literal? Don't underestimate it. Who knows, maybe it will whisk you straight to another place like some kind of teleporting drink. Anyway, don't sweat the details and help me name it. Something catchy and out of this world. A sleep rail. This place is starting to feel like a shady bar. If we keep testing recipes, the bloodhounds will be knocking on our door. Congratulations, Jan, on being the best in imitating Jan. Don't get cocky, Miss Sparkle just didn't go out. Alright, here's your precious custom recipe bag. I wrote down all the combos we tried, you are welcome. Just remember, this tavern belongs to the fools. If anything's fun going on, I better be the first to know. Surprisingly detailed. Maybe taking things seriously at random moments is her way of fooling people too? That's all I have for recipe testing. Time to recreate the final special mix recipe. What is this? Okay, final one. The last recipe is so faded it's almost blank. Can it really be restored? No point worrying about it, let's open for business. I wonder who will walk through the door today. The lounge is quiet. The expected guests never show up. Every party comes to an end. Life rises and falls. You can't expect every moment to feel like a celebration. Let's wait a little longer. No one knows how much time has passed. You're starting to feel a yawn coming in. This job is far too easy. You left home dreaming of becoming a great drinksmith, yet here you are spending your days idle behind the counter. Is this really what you wanted? The answer is clear. Compared to trailblazing, you enjoy this kind of life more. Let's wait a little longer. Sleepiness creeps in. Just a nap. Just for a moment. No, you're so close to claiming your reward. Absolutely don't let it end here. Absolutely mustn't end here. Sleep overtakes you. Time to get up. Where am I? Somewhere on a remote spiral arm of the Azana system, in a dream shouldered by Memoria, or perhaps just another stop along the journey. Which answer do you prefer? Shh, there is no need to tell me, and no need to be surprised by my sudden appearance. A stone thrown into a lake will cause ripples, but those ripples eventually need someone to calm them. Still, it's not something you need to worry about. Why are you here? You will learn the full picture, but not today. That's all I can say for now. I wonder if this is foreshadowing, actually. Before we part, just do what any drinksmith would, treat me like a passerby who won't return. Fix me a special drink, and let's share a few idle words. As for what kind of drink to prepare, that's for you to decide. Wait, it's actually... we can actually do anything here? And we are back to the classic flavors. It's just bitter and nothing else. I think that belongs to you only. Light pours into the glass, swirling with colors found nowhere else. Please enjoy. An eye-rolling joke as a bonus. Question. The Stallone Hunter's hideout was burned to ashes by an IPC strike, so why was Silverwolf's computer the only thing left intact? Answer. Because she had a firewall. Amusing. I will relay this to her. The liquid slid along the edge of the glass and touched her lips. A complex look formed on her face. Maybe that meant she was satisfied? Unexpected flavor, like the aurora. Brilliant, beautiful and elusive. A delightful experience, and the perfect way to end the journey. I've traveled to many places before and tasted many drinks. Want to hear about them? Of course. After a mission, I once pressed a button in the exclusive office of an IPC logistics ship, and the wobbling Intellictron butler came in with a drink. Why were you there? The script said so, so we did it. Fine thing, I've stopped thinking about why. When destiny stretches the space between cause and effect to something absurd, why loses all meaning? Why press a random button? Normally it would be the ship's self-destruct trigger, but clearly they weren't following the norm. It had a bit work for us, but no harm done. In the end, the Blade took care of the bartender and I handled the drinks. How did it taste? It was a sugar-free drink, so it's dull and uninspired. The APC loves to repackage desire and pretend it's harmless, that's their style. Another time I passed through the polar region of a planet where fading gravity churned the tides beneath the glaciers. I chipped off a chunk of ice rising from the deep sea and dropped it into a glass. Why did the gravity recede? Its companion star shattered. If you want the reason, ask Sam. Wouldn't there be ancient bacteria? Silverwolf asked the same thing. Did it taste better? I just remember it was cold. It went well with the drink. Then there is the planet we used to frequent. Long coastlines and ever-shifting axial tilt that lets you feel the seasons change as you walk. It was a bit of a mess. We scraped together all the credits we had just to buy a dozen orange sodas from a beach stall. Even Stallone Hunters can run out of money? Some people gleefully hatched a terrible plan, and some other people went through with it before a third group managed to stop it. That's how we ended up running out of funds. We? We, the Stallone Hunters of the time. Ooh. So there were some past Stallone Hunters. How did it taste? What else could it be? The flavor of salty sea breeze, sunlight and oranges. And before you know it, the blank space between the script segments has almost come to an end. Though time always feels fleeting, the more places you wander, the more memories you gather. I remember this one too, Jan. Listen. You've never seen me, but the ripples in this glass, like the drifting starlight, will remember this moment for both of us. Thanks for a drink, Jan. You stayed awake, sprawled across the bar counter. A few scattered guests drifted in and out, and all in tacit agreement not to disturb you. This again? The glass spoon and shaker are alone in place. Just as there is no proof Kafka never came, there is no trace she ever did. But the drink recipe remains vividly clear. You decide to record it on the final page of your signature recipes. As the one who understands it better than anyone in the universe, only you are fit to leave this mark. Let's name this drink. Trailblazer's special remake. Who left this note behind? Thanks for your hospitality. Most of the recipes have been tested out. Time to collect my pay from Shibon. Oh. Welcome back, dear Trailblazer. You worked hard. Would you like a drink, some snacks, or a fresh bit of humor? Feels just like home. Back then the weekends were only 2 days long, not nearly enough time to get off and explore. Things are much better now. Because there's an extra Sunday aboard the Astral Express. Oh, that's actually good, man. I should know that's just a joke. Mr. Sunday doesn't actually extend the weekend, although he certainly tried. Mr. Shibon said she must care for a departed friend's child, so she entrusted the lounge to me for now. And I, dear Trailblazer, am merely a wandering drinksmith. That's actually the best joke of the day. She's pulled in a random passerby for work again. Before leaving, Miss Shibon was muttering to herself. I faintly heard her say, Sleepy is still at the Scorsent Hall. I need to bring it home. Seems like it was something truly urgent. Alright, dear Trailblazer, I heard from Miss Shibon that you've been working on some signature recipes. That piqued my interest. Since you are free now, may I order the honor of tasting one? It's time for Josh to see what you've learned. Let's head to my home turf. The spoon spins, tapping the side of the glass with a crisp clink. Well done. An eye-rolling joke as a bonus. Why does she only allow pictures of her face to be printed on the finest liquor glasses? Because her mugshot isn't a cheap shot. Shash tries to keep a guest composure, but you clearly see admiration spilling from its electronic eye. This flavor is surprisingly familiar, dear Trailblazer. Would you mind showing me the rest of the recipe? Its flavor is identical to the Express's drink menu. It might be tied to the nameless who first visited Penacony. But more likely it was crafted by the drinksmith aboard the Express at the time, that is, myself. No wonder it feels so incoherent. The only constant is change. It's not who I was, and this recipe is now layered with the interpretations of those who followed it. This story could be turned into a movie, maybe call it Mission Impossible. Oh, what a masterpiece-worthy name. Watching a new drinksmith star rise aboard the Astral Express, I can't help but feel a little emotional. I can already imagine it. Maybe you'll take over as the drinksmith one day, while I explore the stars and begin my own trailblazing expedition. And I will bring your drink recipes with me. To every place I go. Shush. Don't even think about it. Customers whom you've served are recorded. This is a record of the drinks different customers have tried. You can invite them back for another round. Invite customers to try our surprise drinks, and you might share some extra delightful moments with them. Oh, so you can use like a different one on them. I think we'll leave it for the next time. Because it's actually quite a few drinks. Yeah. Fortunately, it lasts until the end of the patch pretty much. One thing that sucks about Genshin's events is that they always end super quickly. So you'll never have time like this to be like, yeah, let's... Like, I finished this a week after it came out. Like, cause it came out a week ago, right? And I finished this now. I've done it now, and I still can leave the final part for even a week later. In Genshin it will be already over by now. After 1 week. A minor event like this. This one would last only half a patch, and this one would last only a week. So, next time we'll still have some content to do. We'll still do one more star racing before this is over. Oh yeah, I do need to spend some charge, or power rather. Just farming this, both for his lens and also for March. I'm pretty excited for March. I'll finally pull my first Remembrance DPS. I don't need autoplay actually. I mean, it can also stay. It doesn't matter. Will be sad when I need to create another save file. Because I'll need to grind until I get Marshmallow again. Because to stun your Ruan Mei like this, you need the Marshmallow Curio. Like the Marshmallow encounter occurrence. That gives you a spaceship Curio that stuns your Ruan Mei. And you also need to not cleanse it until the end of the run. Because you can lose it. Ooh, that's actually a fairly good. No speed though, but if I roll 5 times speed I might keep it. It's totally for Kafka, because I don't care about Kafka's damage. But maybe one day we get a lightning DOT character who's actually a DPS. The subs look pretty, but it's a break effect rope, man. If we roll crit damage, maybe it's not the worst. Let's just hope a bit. It never rolls crit damage, but might as well try. Even though I barely level any pieces in Star Rail, it's the game where I run out of Relic EXP the most often. out of all Hoyo games. Ooh, speed and attack speed, that's actually good.
Mix. Mix.
You never want anything but attack here because it gives you attack percent. So the HP, even with good subs, is insta worthless.
Mix.
Increase damage bonus but no substats. Okay, and we're done.
ここからは休憩時間でいいんだな。では、適当にくつろぐとしよう。
Okay, so thank you everybody very much for watching, but this will be the end of the stream for today. I do however stream every single day at 8 PM CEST, which is 3 hours before now. You can join the Discord server to get stream notifications and the like. I will also be streaming even earlier on Wednesday when the new Genshin patch comes out. I will start 12 hours earlier than usual, so 8 AM CEST. Also don't forget to drop a follow if you still haven't. And yeah, tomorrow we'll be playing some Zenless, and then after that, a full week of Genshin. Can't wait for Not Cry. It's gonna be hype. So yeah. Thank you everybody very much. Thank you everybody very much once again, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.